What's up, everybody? Quick disclaimer. I don't care how you do things or what you like. In this video, you're going to see me preparing my dinner. This is for your enjoyment. This is for tips and tricks of how to eat clean on the road. If you don't like it, you can skedaddle at any point in time. You don't have to stay. So without further ado, I'm going to get into cooking my dinner and also talking about how my day went. You know, we're trying to make this a little vlog series, you know. So first and foremost, I hope y'all can hear me good. I hope you can hear me good. You know what? I know how to make sure you can hear me good. Hang on. Let me see. Where the heck is my headset at? All right, let's see. All right, you should hear me now. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that picks up good. If not, then just turn the volume up. Don't know what to tell you. So first and foremost, what we're gonna do is, because we're doing this on my bed down here, which you can't see. Oh, maybe I should turn the camera down a little bit so you can't actually see what I'm doing here. You know what I'm saying? We're doing it on the bed now, all right? Okay, so we're gonna put down a trash bag, you know, to catch any leaks. So I don't want no food oils getting on my bed. And then we're gonna just take some handy dandy, you know, flat stuff, you know, preferably not anything that can catch fire. Okay, so like kind of hard plastics like this. So I got this one, this little, you know, paperwork holder. I'm gonna stick it right there. I'm gonna go up here. I'm gonna grab my cutting board. Try to make this video quick, you know what I'm saying? Grab my cutting board as another one, right? And I got 2 air fryers, right? These nice little things you can pick up from Walmart for like 30 bucks, you know, pretty good size for a couple pieces of chicken. And I'm gonna put that one right there on top of that plastic. Then I'm gonna grab the other one right there, you know, same one, you know. So, you know, grab that. Then I'm gonna go over here and grab my air purifier, you know, because I don't want my truck smelling like food all the time, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of nasty. And I'm gonna use this little notebook here. Put it back here. Get that in position. Get all the cords to the front. Then I'm gonna grab my extension cord. Oh, somehow it got unplugged. So I'm gonna plug that back in there. All right, got the old extension cord. We're gonna plug in both air fryers and the air purifier. Gonna go ahead and turn on the air purifier. That sucker going. All right, so today we're gonna be doing turkey burgers, sweet potatoes, and some broccoli and cauliflower. Broccoli and cauliflower. All right, so we're gonna go ahead in here and get some stuff moved out the way, get the blanket moved out the way. Gonna grab some gloves, because you know, on a truck you really ain't got nothing to really wash your hands with besides some baby wipes, and you got some bottled water and stuff. So I like to just, you know, keep my hands as clean as possible. So I'm gonna grab 2 of these air fryer sheets, which happen to be a little too big. I actually had another air fryer in here, a double air fryer, but gave that to the wife because she loved that a little bit more and settled for these 2 little ones here. So we got that. We're gonna go ahead and get 2 paper plates out. Go ahead and grab my olive oil. Grab my pink Himalayan salt. All right, should be everything we need from up there. I'm gonna shut that because I always bump my head on that freaking thing up there. All right, so now I'm gonna go down here and grab the turkey burger. Bam, got the turkey burger right here, you know, 4 ounces of goodness. I think this is 97.3, to be honest. We're gonna pull out the good old drawer right quick. Right. Gotta find. That's fine. All right, gonna grab my knife to cut my sweet potatoes into squares. Get the fork. Gonna grab the tongs and the meat thermometer. Go and take that, put that out side. Flip that down. Grab me a plate. Grab me my gloves. And I hope everybody's doing good, you know what I'm saying? And this is like, not only is it gonna save you truck drivers money, but it's also gonna allow you to be healthier, live longer, to be able to enjoy the money you actually make on the road. You know what I'm saying? So then what I'm gonna do, before I even touch that, I'm gonna go ahead and get these put in. So what I have to do with these, since they're so big, which y'all probably will buy the right size. I got some on order. They're at the house waiting for me to go home and pick them up. Kind of roll that down to size. So what you want here is you want a nice lip to catch this stuff, because again, you got minimal things to clean stuff with, so you want to keep this as clean as possible. I've already cooked it like 3 times, and I want to conceal all the juices inside of this right here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna put that in there, make sure I got a lip all around so the juices can't seep out and down into the actual tray itself. Because that would be a nightmare to have to try to clean. Not saying don't clean these ever, guys. I'm just saying try to keep it as clean as possible so you don't have to clean it as often. So I couldn't bear to smell if this thing smelled bad. You know what I'm saying? If it smelled bad, like overcooked stuff, that'd be a bad deal. So again, I'm gonna do the same thing with that. I know y'all keep seeing me reach at that turkey because I'm hungry. I'm ready to go. It's been a long day on the road. I've had to deal with a possible traffic fatality on I-64 today, near the Mammoth Cave exit there. And let me tell you a little story. So we're all bumper to bumper. Everybody was bumper to bumper, and we were basically, trying to keep traffic moving as quickly as possible. So we're just saying bumper to bumper. Well, nobody knew what lane was open or what lane was closed. So I just kind of followed the traffic pattern. When I saw a bunch of semi trucks getting over, I decided to go over. So I was going to get over to the left lane because I figured the right lane was shut down because all the trucks were moving. And a vehicle didn't let me in. The driver of the vehicle was a Caucasian heavy-set female in a burgundy SUV, which later you will see on a later YouTube video, because I'm going to be posting all the clips from today and a couple days ago. And she didn't let me in. And I was like, you know what? That's fine. That's okay. But then she stopped in the middle of the road, right, as I'm trying to merge over. And in my head, I'm thinking to myself, like I always do, this person's doing this intentionally. Not because I have like not because I think the worst of people, but because I can kind of tell by the situation if the person's doing it intentionally or not, whether anybody else understands or knows what's going on or not. So, I wasn't, I believe that she was doing it intentionally, but I was like, you know what? I'm not 100%. So like any other situation that I'm not 100% on, I just let it go. So then 15 seconds later, I'm doing the same thing I was doing the whole 45 minutes. I'm bumper to bumper, making sure that nobody's doing that cutting in and out stuff, you know what I'm saying? And this chick sticks her fat finger out of the window and flips me the bird. And then looks in the mirror to see if I saw it. I'm just like, in my head, I'm thinking, wow, yo. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, I did nothing. I gave it to my Lord and Savior, and I prayed for the woman. And I could have flashed my lights, I could have honked my horn, I could have got out and spit on her window, I could have done anything, right? But I chose to do absolutely nothing. I just continued doing what I was doing. I wasn't doing anything like with the negative intent. I wasn't trying to do it to bother anybody. I was just maintaining what I was already doing to begin with. And I heard something from, one of my close friends, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks ago, and it made the most sense. People that react negatively to things that you're not meaning to be negative are negative people themselves. So by that woman herself, which you'll later see in a video, thinking that I was trying to do something to her, or like it was some personal vendetta against her, and her acting that way and flipping me a complete stranger off that's done nothing to her, like, those people are negative. Like, that's why she reacted the way she reacted. And unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about that as good human beings, besides remember that we don't want to do that to somebody else. So, to that woman, I hope that you have a better day, and I hope for whatever reasons you decided to act like a child, those issues get resolved and you have a better day. So what I did was I just put on some total seasoning for cooking and grilling. This stuff's really good, truckers. Listen, You go to your Walmart, you go to the season aisle, and you get you one of these right here, because it goes good with chicken, it goes good with turkey burgers, it goes good with any dang thing, and it adds a lot of taste to it. You know what I'm saying? It makes the blandness of the turkey burger kind of taste better. So, and then I'm gonna put the turkey burger in there for 16 minutes, and I'm gonna flip it at 6 minutes. After 6 minutes, I'm gonna flip it over, right? So now we're gonna get into cutting the sweet potatoes. So we're gonna grab the sweet potato, and I did a half. And normally what I do to conserve gloves, everybody, and this will help you truckers out there save money and save gloves, is I usually cut the sweet potato first, because it's not it's not nasty. Of course, it's gonna be a little bit dirty, but it's not nasty. You know what I'm saying? It's just like sweet potato juices and stuff like that. And then after I cut the sweet potato, I usually go to the chicken. That way I only use one set of gloves. But I got busy telling y'all that story of that very immature woman today that needed to show me her finger for whatever reason, and so I kind of used an extra pair of gloves, which isn't the worst thing. I got extras on board, so we're good there. But there's a lot of incidents today. I also had a truck driver, which will later be on a video along with that woman, that decided that they were going to do that thing where they went slow, right? They went about 65, and my truck can go 68. They went 65. I got over, wasn't tailgating them. I was at least 6 seconds back, probably more than 6 seconds, but I know at least 6 seconds back from this vehicle, and I, occupied the other lane to pass them. And then they sped up, right? And then all the vehicles behind me, they started getting impatient and cutting me off, and so I got back behind him, and he slowed back down. Then I got back in the other lane to pass him, and he sped back up, and he kept doing this over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And finally, I just had enough. So what I had to do was I alerted the highway patrolman that there was a reckless semi-truck driver on the road, which indeed, that's exactly what that individual was. Not a professional like myself, and hopefully you that are watching this. It was just I don't know what kind of day somebody has to have to be so bored as to create that type of issue. We're all out here on the road as supposed to be professional semi-truck drivers to make money and to go home. I don't know about any of you, but I'm not out here to lollygag and play around. I want to get to where I need to go. I want to shut down. I want to cook my food. I want to go to sleep. I want to get this over and done with as fast as possible. I don't want to mess with anybody. I don't want anybody messing with me. I just want to be able to drive peacefully. I don't want to have to play. I don't want to play the dang the accordion. I don't want to do the accordion with these other people on the road. And it's bad enough when cars do it, but when another semi-truck driver does some really stupid, reckless, disrespectful, arrogant type stuff, it really boils my blood. You know what I'm saying? And sadly, because I already know how the conversation would go between me and individuals doing these things, my first instinct is to call somebody with some authority, right? But unfortunately, if you know anything about jurisdictions of troopers and whatnot, there's very few troopers available for things like this. You know what I'm saying? They're mainly all taken up with other calls and stuff like that. And these little things, although they're annoying and although they're dangerous, they're not an accident. They're not a preventable incident unless there's an incident. So with that being said, they can't really do anything about it. And so these drivers, not only truck drivers, but cars, they get away with these types of things. And it's always good to have a little bag around so you could just put all the clip-ins into, you know what I'm saying? Put all the chicken gut stuff and the turkey burger gut stuff, get rid of all that stuff. But unfortunately, there's not a lot of choices about what we can do besides endure it over and over again. And listen, I don't know about you drivers out there, but I get so annoyed and, depressed. And when I say depressed, I don't mean I'm depressed, put me on medicine or I'm going to take my life. I mean, I get major letdowns of things like this. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And because it doesn't make sense, it hurts, you know what I'm saying? And it's not individually based, it's just, it hurts. Why is the world like this? And with these sweet potatoes, by the way, guys and girls, you want to you don't want them too thin because they'll burn, but you don't want them too thick either because they'll take too long to cook. So you want to get them about, I don't know, you want to get them about this thickness. So this is a knife, right? So you want to get them about that thickness, right? And then you want to put them in like little squares. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. That way when you put them in the air fryer, they don't take all dang night to cook. You know, usually put them in there for about 15 minutes and they're done. They're ready to go. Oops. But that's one of the biggest things. And what I tell people is the most stressful part of this trucking job should be the inertia, momentum, centrifugal force of the fluids in my tank. It should be the possibility of, you know, my tank blowing up at any point in time and me being stuck in a bomb. It should be, you know, finding these new shippers and going into these new tight areas. It should be finding parking at night, you know, when all the truck stops are taken. It should be, you know, pay issues that aren't getting resolved. I mean, again, we don't have that here at Oakley, but I'm just saying, like, for some of you guys out there, if that's an issue with you, come on board with Oakley, you know what I'm saying? But in reality, the most stressful part of a semi-truck, a professional, not one of them steering wheel holding egomaniacs that drive down the road going as fast as they want, doing whatever they want, disrespecting other truck drivers in their field. But us professional drivers, the most stressful thing to us are these other human beings behind the wheel of a semi-truck or a car. Like, they stress us out. They just make our life and our job harder than it needs to be. And in any other job, it's supposed to be the job itself that is stressful, not other human beings that, you know, make your life stressful. So all those people out there, women, men, that are just horrible drivers, I can't stress this enough. Just get off the road. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got nowhere to be that's so important that you got to risk not only your life, but the lives of others. You know what I'm saying? These innocent truck drivers like myself that are trying to get home to their families. Like, we didn't do anything to you. There's no need for any of these crazy... Okay, here goes another crazy story that happened today, right? So we're in a construction zone. The speed limit's 55, right? For some reason, these cars are going 45, which is okay. I don't mind that. That's fine. If you got to go 45, that's A-okay. You know, I'll just, you know, put my blinker on and I'll go around you. Cool beans, you know? Well, today, I had a vehicle that decided when I went to go around them, they were going to speed up, right? It was some type of black Jeep, which I don't know if I got the video of or not. If I did, it'll be in a video coming up soon. But they decided they were going to speed up, right? And ride beside me and then cut their high beams on. For what reason? I don't know. I couldn't tell you to save my life while they were doing something like this. Because they were perfectly fine going the speed they were going until they saw me beside them and then they wanted to speed up. Why? I don't know. You know, and this is a crazy thing, right? I got a lot of, I wouldn't say respect because I don't really respect bikers, you know what I'm saying? Majority of them are very prideful, arrogant people anyways. You know, there are a few that are really good, and if that's you, thank you for being a good person. But majority of them are just not my cup of tea. So I was in headed to Louisville, and I was in Louisville on can't remember what road, but the Gene Snyder Freeway, right? And there's this group of 4 bikes, right? And you know, I'm staying in my lane, I'm staying out their way. And normally, like, when I see a bike, what I do is I give them all the room they need, because I've lost some people on bikes, and I don't want to be the reason somebody loses their family member, you know. So I respect the space that is due to these bikes, you know, because anything can happen. And so, with that being said, what had happened here was these 4 bikes decided that they were going faster than me, right? The speed limit's like 55 or something. I'm going probably 57, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe 55, who knows, 57, 55, something like that. And they're going faster. They're going at least like 65, 70. Well, when they get in front of me, they should be gone, right? If I'm going 55 and they're going that fast. Well, that didn't happen. What happened was one of the guys put up his arm and then just cut in front of me and then slowed down. And then the rest of the pack animals decided that they were going to do the same, cut right in front of me, slowing me down. Keep in mind, I'm in a semi-truck now. I'm not in a car, but these bikes are just getting in front of a semi-truck and slowing down like they own the road. And then they started doing some weird, pathetic stuff like taking up all 3 lanes with 4 bikes, 2 in one lane and 1 in each of the other lanes, slowing all the traffic pattern down. Why these people do that, I don't understand. They don't own the road. Like, I don't know why they wouldn't fear their life. I don't know why they weren't thinking about the recourses of their actions. I don't know why they weren't thinking about how the world is today and the potential for harm or injury to come to them from doing this type of thing. Because I might be level-headed. That doesn't mean Billy and Sally over here that you're doing the same thing to is level-headed. They're liable to do something to you, you know what I'm saying? And I just don't get how people don't take their life into consideration when they make these choices. If I was on a bike, I would never, ever get in front of a semi-truck or a car and then slow down. It just doesn't make any logical sense to me. It just lets me know that, you know, these people, there's something wrong with their head. There's something wrong with them, and I don't know what it is. And, you know, it's sad that the world has these people because, you know, law-abiding citizens like myself and like some of you that are watching this video, we have to put up with this stupid stuff. And there's not a dang thing we could do because when you call law enforcement, they can't catch them. They can't see them. They don't want to do nothing about it. So what are we left to do? You know what I'm saying? Also, what you want to do with this is I try 2 options. And what I really like is I like the Ziploc bag option. And, you know, I really hate using Ziploc bags, but I used a bow last time, and I ended up having to use a paper plate. So I don't know the cost between a paper plate and a plastic bag, but, you know, I know that I need plates to eat, and I know that maybe I don't need plastic bags. So what I'll do here is I'll go out and put me a generous amount of extra virgin olive oil into a Ziploc bag. And then I'll go ahead and, you know, just do this like grind up the pink Himalayan salt as much as I feel necessary. Usually that doesn't happen. Usually it's in the bag, you know what I'm saying? Something like that right there, you know. There's some good stuff, by the way, you know what I'm saying? That pink Himalayan salt. And then I'll go ahead and I'll just shake the olive oil around in there. Get the salt mixed up with the olive oil. Get it all nice and mixed up. Then I'll just go ahead and start scooping in the sweet potatoes. And you don't realize how much sweet potato you have until you cut. By the way, these are the squares that you want to cut it into. You want to put into some squares like that. Like this one's kind of long, but it'll be okay though. But put it into some squares like that. That way it just cooks mostly evenly. But today it just really wasn't a good day. It hasn't really been a good month of driving so far, like with the people on the road, and I don't know what's wrong with them. I really don't know why they do some of the things they do. It's like they're looking for a problem. It's like they're looking for a reaction. It's like they're looking for an altercation, and I don't know why anybody would want to live their life that way, like constantly thinking about it. Like I had a dream that I ended up reacting to one of these people and just, you know, doing some things to these people, and I ended up not anything serious. I'm talking like the people still lived and everything, but, you know, I just gave them a couple of these. And I went to prison, and in my dream, I was told that I'd be facing 30 years of prison, you know, and the way their dream was I was in prison with these murderers and these criminals, people that I'm nothing alike, and they told me that I needed to stay awake when they were awake and sleep when they slept, so I didn't get shanked, right? And that the dream itself was very it was scary, yo. I don't ever want to find myself in a situation like that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know why other people want to find themselves in a situation like that. Like I don't get it, you know. Nobody can tell me like anything about how you grew up is the reason why people are the way they are. That's a lie. I don't care what anybody says. I grew up in some of the most god-awful situations. I grew up in the same situations as a lot of these people that are making excuses for their actions. Like, so I don't want to hear, you know, oh, I grew up in the hood and this is the way of this is the lifestyle, this is the way of life, like this is all I know, because I grew up in that same area and I don't want nothing to do with that type of life. Like I like my freedom. I like, you know, trying to enjoy life and being as positive as possible. So like to be anything less of that, I don't understand. I don't understand. So we put that on about 17 minutes for the sweet potatoes, and we'll watch them, make sure they're good. So one thing we did forget to do was flip the turkey burger, which is okay, not a big deal. Still looking nice and juicy. So we're gonna go ahead and flip it now. well. And what I normally do is I normally have baby wipes somewhere. I don't know where exactly they went. That's interesting. Well, for the time being, we'll just grab another pack of baby wipes. And what I do with the baby wipes is I just kind of wipe off the utensils, you know what I'm saying? Just, you know, like that right there. And just wipe off like the potato knife. But yeah, and listen, you know the crazy thing about all this is I just now started documenting like with video like these crazy things, because for the past, I just turned 30 May 2nd. For the past 30 years, I've been nothing but nice to people. I've been nothing but positive. And I seem to find nothing but the a-holes in life that want to take advantage of my niceness and try to turn me into a really bad guy. And when I tell people stories like, you know, I could be in Walmart, you know, with my wife, and I can have my buggy up against the side of the aisle, and I could be up against the side of the aisle myself, and have a grown woman with her child push a buggy into my leg and then look me in my eyes and say the words, "Excuse you." Like, they just don't believe me. They think that, like, one, I've done something to provoke that person, or two, like it's just a made up story. But like, I want to know, is there anybody else out there that has this issue with all the negative people finding you and making you feel like, I don't feel crazy at all, but it makes other people think that I'm crazy. So I don't feel crazy because I know that I've done nothing to these people. But is there anybody else out there that cannot seem to just get away from the most negative people in the world? Like, these people come for you for no reason, like you've done nothing. Listen, I don't want none of you people that provoke people to come in here in my comments or like comment on this video saying that, yeah, that's me, knowing dang well that you're the one provoking everybody. I'm talking about you do nothing to nobody at all, and you people keep finding you. Negative people keep finding you. If that's you, please comment. We got to come together as a family so we can support each other, so we're not alone, okay? Because I tell you what, like, sometimes I feel like I am cursed, I'm hexed. Like, I feel like I'm destined for something like greatness, and that's why I'm having so much issues with people in the world. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know what it is. So we got the turkey burger cooking, which had just finished. So we'll go ahead and we'll check the temp on that. Got a nice handy dandy temp meat thermometer. Oh yes. I did not. So that's one thing I didn't mean to do. You normally keep your plate that you cut your sweet potatoes on. This stuff is very juicy, so I'm just gonna put that meat thermometer in there, get that reading of 177, 180, 178. Oh, it's juicy, it's dripping. We gotta keep it over the plate. So we got that, that's cooked off. And listen, again, do whatever y'all want to do. I don't give a dang how y'all do what y'all do. I'm gonna do what I do, but I make sure mainly that I cook whatever I'm eating to the cook's temp specs, and then I just wipe off. Some people might use the Clorox wipe, but that's the wrong answer. You don't use Clorox wipes on stuff that you eat. You know what I'm saying? And being that I'm in a truck and I'm in the middle of Memphis right now, and there's no sink around, like, I'm just gonna wipe these off knowing that I cooked this meat to specs and that there shouldn't be anything on here. And even if there is, whenever I go to grab something with it, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be cooked stuff anyways. You know what I'm saying? It's cooked. So the only thing I'm wiping off is just grease and stuff. And I do the same thing with the meat thermometer. And listen, I'll be honest with you, if I ever get sick, I'll let y'all know and I'll tell y'all not to do it. But until then, we're just going to keep trucking on, you know what I'm saying? Like, no harm, no foul. But don't be down in my comments talking about, oh, that's nasty, that's gross, because I really don't care. It ain't like I'm going to change it anyways. That's just your opinion. Keep it to yourself. All right. So again, what I told y'all with these juices, right, is if you look in there, you'll see a couple juices, right? Not too much, but you'll see like majority of it's over there, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure that we grab it at 4 corners, right? All 4 corners. ensuring that there's nothing going to leak out of it, right? You grab it at 4 corners and you drop it into your trash bag, right? These are very convenient. You know, when you go to Walmart and get your groceries, just keep these, stick them somewhere. Because, you know, you put all the stuff that you cook with into that bag and then you'll be good to go. And always, like the sweet potato bag that I got the half a sweet potato out, you could just put that back up here. You're going to use it for your next sweet potatoes when you get them. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like this that's kind of wet. You know what I'm saying? This looks like that's the turkey. So we're going to put the turkey ziploc in the trash because we're not using that again. We will not use that again. And then what I usually do is I unplug the air fryers that are not being used because we don't need them plugged in. And I'll just put them in my driver's seat, let them cool down. Because they're a little hot. I don't want to put them up like that. And then I just kind of start cleaning up my area. You know what I'm saying? I start cleaning up the area, putting away the stuff that I don't need anymore. That way when the food's done, I could, you know, sit down and eat it. So then I got me another thing of ranch right here. Just some Hidden Valley Ranch. Because I'm going to have the broccoli and the cauliflower. So I'm going to need that. By the way, if you like this video, just make sure you like, share, and comment down below that you like it. That way I know. And, you know, no matter what, I'm going to make more videos like this. I don't care if you like it or not. Like, I'm going to be documenting this little journey I have here. You know, from my own essay. All right, that looks good. We're not going to need these tongs anymore. Let's go ahead. We'll go ahead and get the broccoli and stuff out too. And also, depending on your temperature state, you know, if you like a hot or cold, like sometimes I can get away with running my air on low, but like right now I need it on high because it's getting a little warm in here, so I don't want to get too hot. Because the air fryers will, I think, they will make it a little bit warm. I ain't not sure. About cooking on the road, I don't know why I haven't mentioned this before, is there's a must. There's a must, okay? The must, come on up here. The must is that you have to remember to take out the meats a couple days before so they can thaw out, okay? And for the vegetables, I just get this vegetable melody, carrots, broccoli, cauliflower, washed, ready to eat, you know. What I do is I'm just picking out the broccoli out of here. And I eat a salad for lunch that has carrots, and I'm running low on carrots, so I haven't been taking the carrots out because I'm going to put these carrots out of this bag into my salads that I have. I've been eating cauliflower and broccoli, you know, to kind of get some greens in there, because greens are important in the diet. And that looks good. It's a big piece of cauliflower. I get a good healthy size portion of vegetables, you know. Wow. Tell I'm in Memphis right now. Somebody just drove around with a oh, I was about to say, oh heck no. I know that ranch should not just open like that, but it did. So I just put some ranch down there, you know, not too much, but not too little either, because I mean, I gotta get these vegetables down somehow, right? So I'm gonna put my plate up there for right now, kind of out of the way. Shut it there. Hey, listen, and you don't have to wait until the food is done. You can start eating it like whenever you want. Like, you don't have to wait till everything's done. I just do because I like to kind of keep it normal. I got a nice little chair over here too that I put out, and I put right here. I'll show you in a sec. But listen, trucking, if you're looking to get into trucking is one of the most lucrative jobs that you don't need a college degree for, like youngsters. What I will say is, when you do come out here, just know and understand the biggest stressor of our job is dealing with the driving portion of it. I get like a adrenaline rush and a feeling of joy whenever I get to a customer and I unload or I get loaded. Like, I feel accomplished, like I've done something. But the in-between of going between the customers and whatnot, it's the most miserable part, because not because of the scenery, not because of the bumpy roads, but because of all the other people on the road that do not know how to drive, and they don't I'm not going to sit here and say they don't understand, because if you do the same things that they're doing to us drivers and other drivers on the road, they're not going to like it, and they're going to retaliate and act in probably a worse way. Like, obviously, the story I just told you with the heavier set Caucasian woman in the burgundy vehicle SUV, like, clearly, like, I did nothing to her, and she showed aggression for no reason. Like, so you think about, if you actually done something to these people that are doing things to other people, they're going to show you more aggression, because, like my friend said, these people are already negative. That's why they're like that. But I'm not going to try to discourage any young person from coming out here and getting behind the wheel of one of these trucks, because you can get ahead in life with this job, this career path. You can make a lot of money, and you can have, like, no bills like it. I mean, listen, I don't live out the truck. I just live out the truck for 21 days, but you can live out this truck permanently if you want to. You don't have to worry about rent. You cook on your truck. You ain't got to worry about getting fast food. You can save money there. Like, you don't have to worry about a vehicle, because you could use this to PC some places. You know what I'm saying? So it's a very awesome career path. I just want you guys and girls to understand that if you do choose this path, there's a giant hurdle to overcome, and that's dealing with the stress of stuff that you really can't necessarily control, which is the stupidity. I said that very funny. The stupidity of other drivers out here on the road. And unfortunately, I deal with it too. Haven't really learned how to just, it's hard to ignore something when you know it's done on purpose and intentionally with malicious intent. You know what I'm saying? Very hard for a person like me to ignore that. I do every day. You know what I'm saying? I do what I can to get through, but it's, like I said, one of the worst issues to deal with. This is our workspace. When we get out on the road, it's our office, but it's being disrespected by civilians and other non-professional semi-truck drivers. So listen, I got a bone to pick. If you are one of them stupid, let me just say it, stupid truck drivers out there that do not know how to drive your truck, listen, get out of the truck, turn your keys in, surrender your CDL, and go be a janitor at a hospital or something, okay? Because you're making me look bad. You're making other professional drivers look bad. And because of that, that's where a majority of the issues with shippers, receivers, loves, customer service representatives, and some of these other vehicles on the road are getting their excuse to do the things they're doing to professional drivers like myself. It's because of you. It's because your unprofessional actions are making it harder for other people like me and all the other professional drivers to do our job without the stressors of that, okay? So listen, I'll make it clear again. You truck drivers out there that aren't doing your job the correct way are causing us to suffer. So stop it. Go do something else, okay? You make way too much money out here on the road to be all like that, okay? I'm just saying that. And end of rant. We're done. So we got about 5 minutes left on the sweet potatoes. And how you can test the sweet potatoes is you can gently push on them. That's what I found works. Just gently push on them. If they squish down pretty easy, then they're good to go. You don't want them too black, because I don't know about any of you, but if you ever had like a darker kind of a sweet potato, it's not a good taste. Not a good taste. And you could do these turkey burgers with the bun or without the bun. I really don't need the carbs, so I don't mind eating it without the bun. So it's just, preference. It's your preference, you know what I'm saying? So do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. But always make sure you keep your air purifier going, okay? Because if you don't have your air purifier going, your truck will start to stink like food. So I mean, run it when you're cooking and run it after you're cooking. I run this basically all night to make sure it really gets all the odor out, because I don't want my truck to stink. One, this isn't my truck. So, I mean, I like to take care of my stuff, even if it's not mine, because I want to return it in better condition or the same condition as I received it. So I don't want my truck smelling like food. Other drivers might smoke cigarettes in their truck. They don't care about the smell of the cigarette smoke in the truck. They don't care about the drivers that get in the truck afterwards. They don't care. But I'm not like that. I want to make sure that I'm protecting this asset that Mr. Oakley himself has trusted me with, to take care of. You know what I'm saying? And it might not be a new truck, but it's a dang good running truck, and there's quite a bit of room. I know there could be more room, and I'm just grateful for a good running truck that has very minimal mechanical issues. You know what I'm saying? Like, besides your normal fuel filter changes and just normal maintenance stuff like that, PM stuff, it's a really good truck. So I want to take as good care of this, not to get another truck, because I don't really care about another truck. I'm buying this truck, but to show them that, like, not all drivers are just going to disrespect property that does not belong to them, because it's absolutely sad that somebody just has to smoke inside of a truck. You know what I'm saying? Like, to each their own. I'm not even going to get on that subject. But while we're waiting for that to cook, how about 2 minutes? Do something cool. I'm just gonna flip to a page here. Start reading till this timer goes off. So we're in Ruth, the book of Ruth. In the days when the judges ruled in Israel, without it on, just let the heat dissipate a little bit. In the days when the judges ruled in Israel, a severe famine came upon the land. So a man from Bethlehem in Judah left his home and went to live in the country of Moab, taking his wife and 2 sons with him. The man's name was Echlemi. I suck with names, so it is what it is. And his wife was Naomi. Their 2 sons were Mahlon and Chilion. They were Euphrates from Bethlehem in the land of Judah. Probably said that word wrong too. And when they reached Moab, they settled there. Then Echlemi died, and Naomi was left with her 2 sons. The 2 sons married Moabite women, and one married a woman named Oprah, and the other a woman named Ruth. But about 10 years later, both Mahlon and Chilion died. This left Naomi alone without her 2 sons or her husband. Naomi and Ruth returned. Then Naomi heard in Moab that the Lord had blessed his people in Judah by giving them good crops again. So Naomi and her daughters-in-law got ready to leave Moab to return to her homeland. With her 2 daughters-in-law, she set out from the place where she had been living, and they took the road that would lead them back to Judah. But on the way, Naomi said to her 2 daughters-in-law, "Go back to your mother's homes, and may the Lord reward you for your kindness and your husbands and to me. May the Lord bless you with the security of another marriage." Then she kissed them goodbye, and they all broke down and wept. "No," they said, "we want to go with you to your people." But Naomi replied, "Why should you go on with me? Can I still give birth to other sons who can grow up to be your husbands? No, my daughters, return to your parents' homes, for I am too old to marry again. And even if it were possible, and I were to get married tonight and bear sons, then what? Would you wait for them to grow up and refuse to marry someone else? No, of course not, my daughters. Things are far too bitter for me than for you, because the Lord himself has raised his fist against me." And again they wept together, and Oprah kissed her mother-in-law goodbye. But Ruth clung tightly to Naomi. Look, Naomi said to her, "Your sister-in-law has gone back to her people and to her gods. You should do the same." But Ruth replied, "Don't ask me to leave you, and don't turn back. Wherever you go, I will go. Wherever you live, I will live. Your people will be my people, and your God will be my God. Wherever you die, I will die, and there I will be buried. May the Lord punish me severely if I allow anything but death to separate us." When Naomi saw that Ruth was determined to go with her, she said nothing more. So the two of them continued on their journey. When they came to Bethlehem, the entire town was excited by their arrival. "Is it really Naomi?" the woman asked. "Don't call me Naomi," she responded. "Instead, call me Mara, for the Almighty has made life very bitter for me. I went away full, but the Lord has brought me home empty. Why call me Naomi when the Lord has caused me to suffer, and the Almighty has sent such tragedy upon me?" So Naomi returned from Moab, accompanied by her daughter-in-law Ruth, the young Moabite woman. They arrived in Bethlehem in late spring at the beginning of the barley harvest. That's deep. So I'm curious to continue reading into that and to kind of figure out, was she actually being punished by God, or was she being tested? More to be found out on that. So let's see here. So these look done. Like I said, you just want to like kind of give it, let's see. You kind of just want to like give it like a little poof, and that's how you know it's done. So then what I do to make things easy, you probably can't see this, but I just kind of I position it in a way on the plate where I could just basically pull out the liner and just drop the liner onto the plate and just drag the I wish y'all could see this, and just drag the sweet potatoes off of the liner, just like so. And again, unplugging the air fryer, putting it in my seat, letting it cool down. Remember, run that air purifier. Doesn't matter that you're not cooking still. You still need to run it. So what I'll do with it is I'll leave it right there, but I'll grab this one. I'll grab that. Got that. I'm gonna grab me a water right quick. Grab the water. Grab my chair. Fudge. That kind of hurt. Pretty sure I just cut myself under my skin. That's very weird. Kind of hurts. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I wish it would have just cut me all the way. I always forget to turn the air back down. All right. Because clearly you don't want no cold air blowing on you when you're trying to eat. All right, so let's dig in. Of course, I ain't gonna eat all this on the video. I'll just show you a couple bites. You know, got the sweet potatoes, which are my favorite. I'll tell you what, I don't know how anybody doesn't like sweet potatoes. Get a look at this. I can't tell if that's like a little hair or what, but get a look at this. Look at that turkey burger right there. Look at that turkey burger, how it's just golden. You know what I'm saying? It's just golden. All right, let's try some of this turkey burger. Remember, we seasoned it and rolled it in that seasoning I showed y'all. Juicy. Look at that. Yes. Now I meant to get some salmon when I was at the store. I forgot. The salmon's really good and it's really easy too, and it thaws pretty quickly. Well, if you like this video, make sure you subscribe because there's going to be more like it. Make sure you give me the thumbs up if you liked it. That way it gets put in the algorithm so more truckers can see this and be inspired to eat healthy. If you don't mind, share it to your families and friends. And feel free to comment, you know what I'm saying? Thank you so much for hanging out with me. It's been fun. Oh, by the way, I'll get used to it. My catchphrase: peace, love, and happiness. Spread it like I spread cheeks.